This man pisses me off to the point where I don't want him on this team anymore. Throw it up for a 50-50. Don't try to pad your stats. It doesn't matter how many interceptions you get. You shouldn't be worried about fantasy points. You should be worried about getting the W for your team. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Bold Predictions Podcast. We are your four hosts. My name is AJ.
I'm Richie.
I'm Dan.
I'm Jacob.
And we are coming at you with another amazing episode on a beautiful, snowy Friday morning. So, we finally have everyone here. I will give him a grand introduction in a second, but I just want to welcome everyone back to the podcast. We are going to be changing things up a little. We have quite a bit that we want to talk about, a couple segments that we wanted to add. I'll go over them really quick. So, we have our random rational rants, which is random. You'll be excited for that one, I hope. We have NFL chat, which we don't have anything for that, but maybe next week. We got team talks, which we're going to be talking about our teams, aka the Giants and the Packers, and that's 2-2, which works out beautifully. We cannot add anyone else to this podcast ever. And then we got our predictions and the Super Bowl pick. So, yeah, I hope you're excited for that. Now, for the grand introduction, we are finally welcoming back Mr. Jacob to the podcast. Round of applause for Jacob. Yes. Beautiful. Welcome back, Jacob. Anything you'd like to say?
Nope.
All right.
I'm happy.
Glad to have you back, Jacob. And lastly, I didn't mention this before we started the podcast, but if anyone we get a couple views for our podcast, which we really appreciate. But if you have anything that you'd like to add, we're down to hear anyone's opinion. We want to hear if you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, we'd be glad to cover it. So just leave a comment, leave a like. It really helps us out, and we'll keep doing them. I mean, if you don't like us, we're going to keep doing it anyway. So are you guys ready to get this started?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. So we will start out with our new segment, one of our new segments, in the team talks. Wherever I put them. Oh, there it is. So, would we like to start with a Packers question or a Giants question?
Packers.
All right. So me and Dan will talk about it first, and then the two outsiders of the team can get in their 2 cents if they'd like to. So, our first Packers question. I'm gonna do the worst one first. So, Dan, Mr. Tyler Ervin is on IR for 3 weeks at least with an ankle injury. Do you think Tavon Austin is going to hit the ground running, or is he going to fall flat on his face and not be a good kick returner / punt returner?
I think So I didn't even think about this. This is very random question.
This isn't even the random rant section yet.
Feels random. No, but I mean, did Tyler Ervin have any big kick return touchdowns or punts or anything this year?
Yeah, he hasn't had any. He's basically been a better than what we had. We had a dead fish. Now we have a fish.
Oh, okay. Well, I always liked Tavon Austin when I watched him on the Rams, but he kind of disappeared for 2 years, 3 years. I listened to the Pat McAfee show, and Rodgers was on there for a little bit talking about how explosive Tavon was, so he still got it clearly. I remember in college he was arguably the best college receiver ever. So I have high hopes for him. And yeah, if we haven't scored any kick return or punt return touchdowns yet, I mean, it's only really up from where we are. What do you think?
Oh, well, after watching our punt returner / kick returner before Tyler Ervin, we really did not have anything. We couldn't get any yards. We were mainly fair catching it, let it go over our heads for the touchback. We basically couldn't get anything, and when we did, it was either a punt return, which we'd get +3 yards, or a kick return, which we'd fumble afterwards. Thank you, Darius Shepard. But I mean, I'm excited to see what Tavon Austin can do. He said, I saw somewhere that he said if he no longer runs a 4.1 40, he runs a 4.2, which is still pretty damn fast. So I mean, I'm excited. I hope he can bring speed, and I hope he can get some big touchdowns for us, because our special teams have never been too hot. I mean, we let the Jacksonville Jaguars get a punt return for a touchdown on us, and then we let the Eagles do it. So two wonderful teams did a punt return on us, which is not always exciting to watch. But yeah, I hope Tavon Austin can add some sort of boost for us.
I hope we can get him into our offense at some point too. Like him, MVS, Adams, and Lazar is the three main stars, and him kind of mixing in for some trick plays and whatnot. Because it would be nice to have some quick speed. Because everyone's huge. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I saw. I hope this doesn't happen, but I saw that they're gonna do more like jet sweeps, which I mean, yeah, they could work because he's fast, but like we did a lot of jet sweeps, and that didn't work against some teams. So I mean, maybe the really fast guy is gonna do something. I mean, we had Tyler Irvin doing them before, which was pretty good, but Tavon Austin, maybe he can do something for the offense.
Yep.
As an outsider's perspective, I'm going to go back to what Dan said before. It's been a few years since he's done anything, and I think there's a reason for that. He's definitely slowed down, and I mean, maybe he does something, you know, because if AJ's right in the sense that you guys don't take out any punt returns or kick returns, then I mean, some chance is better than no chance, but I don't know. It kind of just seems like a depth signing at a position group that you guys probably should have targeted earlier in the offseason.
Jacob, would you like to add anything?
I don't even know who this guy is, so think about that. All I know is the Packers don't really have strong medical teams, so you add another guy to it, how much worse can it get? How much better can it get? Questions. So.
Sure.
I'll give you that. All right, so we'll move on to a lovely Giants question, and I'll do the worst one again for the one I had. So, for Richie and Jacob, this is technically for a little bit after the season. What position would you guys most likely target in the draft if you still have Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley as your two star players?
Jacob, will let you go first.
Oh boy. If we still got Danny Dimes and Barkley in the backfield, that'd be sick. And I know it's probably going to happen. We're not going to draft a QB or anything because we're just not smart like that. So if anything, what I think we should do is we should go after a wide receiver because we're going to drop Golden Tate. Sterling Shepard's going to want too much money. So is Evan Ingram. And then Darius Slayton's still on his rookie contract. So no need to give him any more money. If anything, we should trade him because he has sucked this year. But I think we might go after a wide receiver or maybe even a linebacker because we have linebackers on 1-year contracts. But we're probably going to do something stupid and go after another O lineman, and get like another Eric Flowers or Andrew Thomas or, anyone like that who's just actually sucked or busted in the draft, But yet Eric Flowers goes to, another team. It's all pro, which is just stupid. But, it's fine. But we're probably going to go after a lineman. That's my best bet.
Now, before you go, Rich, I will say, I don't know if this will change your mind, but you're guaranteed a top 10 pick. If that changes anything.
I'm really hoping that the Giants go into the offseason with a plan to get a star wide receiver like a Cortland Sutton or a Kenny Golladay in free agency.
Beautiful.
And then I'm hoping that they target pass rusher in the draft. I hope we get a stud edge rusher. Because if we can re-sign Leo Williams, then that would be all we need for the interior in terms of pass rush. And then, well, assuming he stays healthy. And then we have a rotation of players right now. They're all kind of blech. So if we can get a stud, I think that would be huge for our defense and our team.
I wish we could do that, but I think we're going to let Leonard Williams go because he wants too much money and we franchise tagged him. So I think he might be on the chopping block or a nice trade somewhere. But I love that idea.
Again, this is the Hire Us as a GM podcast.
Honestly, anyone can be better than Gettleman. So, pick your poison.
All right. Well, I'll go for Dan's outside perspective. Watching a few of the Giants games, and Danny Dimes has been better. I mean, last week not so much, but and then Saquon, he's always going to be a beast if he could stay healthy. So, I mean, I don't see you guys going for those positions. wide receiver. I mean, would you rather? This is a question for you guys again. Would you rather get one in the draft and have them start from the bottom up, or would you rather trade for a good one?
Trade for a good one.
Trade for a good one.
Depends
I agree.
Great. Like the two that Rich said, 100% go right for him. But if we're looking
And then, yeah.
for a kind of guy, forget it. Not even close. Sorry. Too old, too slow. Yeah, you got hands, but sorry.
Okay, and then my second question: how long has it been since you drafted a defender in the draft, like first round?
Boy.
If you know that off the top of your head, you don't have to. A couple years, we'll say.
Well, the year we drafted Daniel Jones, we got Dexter Williams, pick 17, and we got DeAndre Baker, pick 30.
No, okay.
One is now
So
on the
that-
Chiefs, and one is okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see you guys going for a defender. I mean, your cornerbacks are pretty damn good. I mean, well, actually, Bradbury's pretty damn good. And then I know you like to say that your other ones are nowhere near. I mean, Jacob was talking about the rookie that might come in and blow up the world. But I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I love your linebackers. I have to say, because you got them from the Packers.
They've been beat this year. Sorry, but they have
Well,
been.
Yo, Blake Martinez has been a tackling machine, though. Just
and
like he
and a coverage machine, believe it or not. And
Oh.
Outside of the 49er game, he's been actually very good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of hard for me personally to decide what you would go for in the draft. If you guys are saying that you would want like a traded wide receiver like Galladay, it's really hard. So I mean, maybe I don't know. Well, your D line's insane too. Maybe are your safeties any good?
We
You
got
got like a problem spot.
We got Peppers.
Peppers and Logan Ryan. Logan
Ryan,
Ryan's leading the Pro Bowl voting at his position.
Yes. Like, dang. So I feel like you guys have like solid players. It's just like maybe your coaching is the crap part.
It's
At
been the
this rate.
crap part for how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, the only coaching
Five.
problem we might have is Jason Garrett. Other than that, our coaching is astounding. Our defensive coach is going to be considered for head coaching positions after this season because he's been amazing. We held the Seahawks to 12 points.
So maybe at this rate, you guys are gonna pick an offensive player. I just don't know which one. If you, unlucky for you guys, I might say you might need another O lineman at this rate, and you're building the youngsters up.
Yep. That's what we're going to do. We're going to draft a lineman like we normally do, botch the first pick of our draft, and then probably just pick, random stupid guys throughout the rest of them, and they won't amount to anything. So it was just another draft right down the drain.
Dan, what do you think?
I'm wondering let me just look at this real quick. How is your line right now? Like that's actually not that bad. I was just looking at your pressure rate, and it's like middle of the road. So honestly, your defense all looks good. I just looked at the depth chart; everything looks good. And your receivers, in my opinion, are good. But if you could get Courtland Sutton, that'd be fucking amazing. I thought he was still on contract though next year. Isn't this his third year?
I'm not sure what it is. I know Galladay is a free agent. They were talking about trading Sutton, but maybe it was because of the injury and just like lack of production. But
It's not on him. He's a beast. Yeah. Watch him. So yeah, him for sure. Galladay. Like if you guys could add a good receiver, because I bet it's like one of your receivers is probably going to go. Honestly, it seems like just looking at the roster, the issue roster-wise seems to be Daniel Jones. But I know you can't really just like get a quarterback like that like very quickly. But everything on your roster looks pretty solid. Your O-line's at least not bottom 10. It's actually like top 14-ish. So I don't see too many weaknesses. It just seems like either it's coaching or just the QB situation, kind of.
Yep, no, I agree with that one for sure. And the O-line's all young too. They're all either like between first year, well, outside of one player, they're all like first year to third year players. So
Good.
Yeah, it's looking good. I think if you look at the stats, all our receivers barely get any separation. So I think the problem would be that like maybe getting an Odell would be good. No, I'm just kidding. But we need a top dog to make Slayton the 2, or to make Sterling the 2, make Slayton the 3.
That'd be insane.
And then everything would open up.
I don't want Slayton anymore, but I guess.
Bold Predictions podcast.
All right.
Other
So I
Panther
got
question.
one more. Yep. All right. So I think this is a solid question. This is a real brain thinker, Dan. So you got to think about this one. If Aaron Rodgers plays out of his mind for the next year or a couple years, we'll say, do you see him playing for the Packers for the rest of his career? And if so, what would happen to Jordan Love?
So the next 2 years, he does what he's doing this year.
Yeah,
So
so we'll say next couple years. So like his contract is including this year. I think he has 4 years left. So do you see him playing for all 4 years, and then if he continues to play, re-signing for the Packers?
yeah.
I guess that's a better way.
Yeah, well, okay, re-signing's a stretch because he'll be 40 or 41, right?
I think
by the end of this contract. I think
he
he'll
just
for
turned
sure
30.
finish his contract out. I don't think there's any way, especially like what we're seeing right now in the second year of the system. Like every first year of every system usually fails. So in the second year to be this good, he's already on pace to easily break his touchdown record that he's ever set, which is 45. He's at 39. I hope he can get to 50 because it's like an elite club. But yeah, I don't see this seems to be the point where it's like it's the make or break. Like this year, we show that in the second year it's possible. We have the people to do it, even though we literally didn't help him at all at receiver. We kind of actually do have a semi-competent receiver group now that Lazar's back, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling's now becoming like one of those big play guys that helps a lot. Tanyan has become a thing, which is really nice to have a tight end. We literally have never had a tight end his whole career.
We had
So
one a while.
yeah, Finley, but I mean, like, I don't know. I think if we could just in the draft really shore up our run defense and just our defense as a whole, maybe get like one more receiver, we could be like insane for the next few years, and there's no reason for him to not play. Like Jordan Love is not going to contribute that much. He's not even on any of the depth charts for the games. Like he's not even our backup. So I don't know what they really think of him. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the draft part as well, but Aaron Rodgers, I really hope he ends his career in Green Bay. That would make me so happy. Not even because he's an amazing player. I just love him as a person as well. So I really hope he ends his career in Green Bay. He's played out of his damn mind this year, and if he continues that, there's no doubt in my mind he'll play him all 4 years of his contract. And then with Jordan Love, I mean, he's either going to be sitting the bench or we can trade him to another team at this point.
Yeah.
But he's really not going to see the light of day unless preseason ever happens again. And I mean, for the draft, yeah, I would love to finally be happy during a draft. Not this year, of course, but I would love someone that could stop the run, because even the guys we traded for, and Kirksey, I believe his name is, he hasn't been able to stop the run really well. And then we don't really have anyone else. I mean, Kenny Clark gets in the way when he can, but once he's beat, you just blow open a 50-yarder for any running back at this point. And I would love to second round wide receiver. We've been hitting darts. Like, we've been hitting bullseyes with those. And Devontae, I think Jordy Nelson was a second rounder as well. So we had banger second round wide receiver picks. So if we can continue with that, I would love to see another wide receiver in the second round.
Yeah, you mentioned trading Jordan Love. That just makes me sad that we completely wasted a first round pick. Like, completely.
Well, yeah,
but at the same time, like,
they
I
tried.
want Rodgers, so.
Yeah, I mean, I really want Rodgers, and like, I don't know what they saw in this kid. They saw a kid that in a new system absolutely ruined his life with like 19 interceptions, and we still went for him. Like, here's the thing. I was watching. I forget what it was. I think it was the Pat McAfee show when they were going over the draft, and I remember one of the guys was like, Aaron Rodgers during his time when he was going over, or when they picked him for Brett Favre's replacement, he was like the number 1 overall QB draft prospect.
Yeah.
We got like the 8th best guy. We didn't even get like a top guy. So I don't know. I don't see him being a big part of Green Bay if Aaron Rodgers continues to play out of his mind.
Yep. I have nothing to add because I agree with everything you guys said. Rodgers is a beast. So
I see Rodgers being your franchise QB. I see the Packers kind of botching the first pick or their first pick, but they were gonna do the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers thing. I don't see them ever changing that. So you guys are in the ballpark with what I was gonna say anyway. So
It was too soon. I think they thought Rodgers was going to decline after last season because he didn't play up to Rodgers' standard. Like he played better than everyone else, like everyone else's average, but he didn't play up to Rodgers' average. They probably prepared for the worst, and now they're realizing like shit, dude, we fucked up. So
Yeah.
It's definitely too early
They
for
ma-
sure. That's the good explanation for it.
I think the real reason why they picked up Jordan Love is because Rodgers was saying that he can see the end of his career over a mountain. So like they were like preparing for it, and obviously you didn't need to. But hey, you never know. I mean, GMs and coaches, they know more than what we're thinking, right?
no.
that's funny.
No. All right. One more question for our lovely Giants fans. And this like we said, we were saving these for last week, so they're kind of relevant for last week, but they can also work with this one. So, the big question I have for you guys, can the Giants win the East if they keep having big names miss time? So, you had Daniel Jones miss time. That was bad. Well, it wasn't bad because Colt McCoy pulled it off. You had Saquon Barkley miss time, which at the beginning it looked like absolute garbage, and now you have Gallman stepping up in a huge role, and you had Freeman, but he got injured as well. And then Sterling Shepard, he missed time, and that really sucked for your wide receiver core. Slayton stepped up like 1 or 2 games, but I'll leave it to you guys.
I'll take this one, Jacob. And the answer is no. Actually, this is actually perfectly relevant for this week too, as James Bradbury and our play caller, Jason Garrett, have both gone down with COVID and are not going to play Sunday night. So, along with that, they played Daniel Jones in a week where he clearly should not have played, and his hamstring is fine, but now he has an ankle sprain. So, to answer your question, no, not with Washington playing as well as they are. They have a better defense, a better pass rush. Their offense is the same, probably better since Daniel Jones is now hurt. So, no, I don't think there's any way that the Giants can now win the East. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic, but there's just no way because our schedule is the hardest, I believe, remaining. So, yeah.
Completely agree. I completely agree. We are going to screw the pooch more and more as the season goes on, and I don't see like Gallman. The guy's been hands down like fantasy points from getting 3 points a game to getting anywhere from 13 to 18 points a game, sometimes even 20. Like the guy's been amazing. We put the ball in his hands. We've won every game when he had the ball. Last game he didn't play for an entire half. The game before we squeaked by, but he didn't have the ball for an entire half, and we got lucky that time against the Seahawks. Our defense decided to play. But Danny Dimes out. I don't see that as being honestly a big impact because Colt McCoy played better than him in the game. But it's fine. But we're not gonna win. It's not gonna happen. We had hope, but it's not gonna happen. And the Redskins got too easy of a schedule left. They're gonna take the East. They're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs, but they're gonna take the East.
I have breaking news before I ask my other question. Drew Brees will be the starting QB for the Saints.
Really?
Yes. On Sunday against the Chiefs, he will be starting. All right. But to ask my question, if I remember it now, because I totally just blanked. Oh, yes. So for predictions later, I'm going to spoil it. I currently have everyone in the East losing this week, except if the Giants can pull it off. I'm going to do a bold prediction because that's a podcast that we have. If the Giants pull it off, any hope still or no?
Yes. Yeah, if they can win this week, I think it's their last winnable game in terms of teams with a winning record, because just the way we played against Kyler Murray gives me no hope for Lamar Jackson. And I would say this week's got to be the last week. But again, Jones is banged up in both of his legs. Colt McCoy is 34. We'll see.
No. No.
No.
At this point, just shoot to fail. Because, like, you got good players. I'm not going to tell you no. You got some talent, but you draft some more talent, you're going to get a little bit more. So at this point, when you have, like a 33% chance of getting it, no, just call it. Put in McCoy for the rest of the season. Just let it be. Let Jones rest, even though he's being a bit of a wuss, but it's fine. It's just call it. Bank on losing. I don't I'm gonna say the Giants are gonna win because I think Colt McCoy is actually doing pretty well compared to what he's been. So, but still, shoot to lose in the long run.
Dan, you have anything you'd like to add?
I think out of the teams in the East, I do think Washington is the most solid. But I think you guys are pretty close second. I don't know what to say about Philadelphia. I don't know if they're good or not yet with Jalen Hurts. But I think both you and Washington are very similar. Like, your offense isn't anything special, but like the defense is coming together towards the end of the year, which is how you guys typically always make the playoffs as a Giant. You always have a strong defense usually. So.
All right. So that brings an end to our lovely first segment. I think that is a pretty good place. So before we continue on to our next segment, I forgot that I wanted to mention one more thing in the intro. Another big shout out to our best buddy, Andrew, who makes our beautiful thumbnails and all that such. So please go check out his channel down in the description. But yeah, so next up we have the segment that could go absolutely crazy because no one knows what's going to happen. We have the random rational rants. Now, I currently have 7 people written down on a paper. So whoever would like to go first, remember, first come, first serve. So that's how we're going to do it. Who would like to go first with their random rant?
I would love to go first. I would be honored.
All right. So pick a number between 1 and 7, Richie.
4.
4. All right. Your random rant topic will be Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Okay. Well, he's clearly not lived up to the hype that people thought he was going to, or he's not played up to the level people thought he was going to play this year. Our dear friend Brett Coleman, who I'd love to have on this podcast, made a video about him saying that he would be excellent in the Patriots scheme. He'd do everything that Brady would do, plus running the ball, which would be an insane boost to that offense. However, I guess everyone forgot that Patriots play with literal trash cans at wide receiver. Myers is the only one that shows hope, but other than that, Edelman's been banged up all year. Not his fault, but he's also aging, so he's slowing down. Myers is a bust. Patriots have not been able to draft wide receivers well at all in the past probably 10 years. So Cam Newton, do I think he could be good somewhere else? Yeah, absolutely. If he can find the right team to have good weapons around him, good scheme, or even the Patriots with better weapons, I think would be good for him. But we'll see what happens next year if Belichick likes what he saw from Cam, because Patriots had a lot of opt-outs for the COVID. So maybe they can reload, get some free agent wide receivers in there, draft a tight end. I don't know. We'll see where the thing goes. But as for now, Cam Newton's kind of been lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to add anything, but I'll add in my 2 cents really quick. So Cam Newton, I mean, he got benched last week, and they had to put in Stidham. And I mean, you can't have a quarterback that you're gonna bench once like every couple weeks and then play him for the rest of the season. Then he gets benched again. So I mean, I don't really know. Maybe it's the first year system with Belichick and the new offense, but I don't know, man. Belichick can teach everyone the first year. I think Cam Newton needs to find a new team, or they need to get better weapons, like Richie said, around him for the offense.
I think you can go if you want, Jacob.
Nope. All I'm gonna say. That's it.
Okay. I think Cam Newton's getting disrespected. I think his receivers and tight ends are actually that bad, and running backs. Like he literally has nobody. I don't care if you put Pat Mahomes in that system; they're not going positive. Like they are that bad. So, I think there's total faith. I think that in the second year, if they can get some people who are competent, if they can get like a Cortland Sutton or a Kenny Galladay or something, I think Bill will figure it out, and they could be like a 10-6 kind of team.
All right. So, Dan or Jacob, who would like to go next?
Jacob got it.
I got it.
All right, Jacob. 1 through 7, but not number 4.
Not number 4. We'll go 3.
Yes. 3?
Yep.
Is that what you... All right. Well, your lovely person topic will be Kyler Murray.
Honestly, the little midget actually is not doing too bad, in my opinion. Do I see him as being MVP? No, I don't. But I don't see him as being, in the MVP race. I didn't see him as ever being in the MVP race. You're competing against an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, a Pat Mahomes. Yeah, he's not to that caliber, and I don't think he ever will be. He doesn't really have very good accuracy at all. Like when he was playing the Giants last week, nevertheless, the Giants are, a crappy team, but barely got any pressure. Didn't make a lot of great completions. At the end of the day, he was more getting rushing yards and scrambling than doing anything at all when it comes to his arm. I'd say think of him as a Mike Vick, just not being that athletic or that good. And I hate Mike Vick, but that's the only comparison that I can really think of. But he's not very accurate. I don't see him as being not a quarterback for the ages, but ever in that, tier 1 elite quarterback. I don't see it. He puts up nice fantasy points, but, so does Lamar Jackson. And he doesn't, and not this year. But Lamar can't throw the ball either, and he runs most of the time. That's kind of like, they're all in that kind of ballpark. But, he's a good player. I'm not going to knock him, but if his arm and he gets his act down and he's to be a playoff team hands down every year until Hopkins or Murray wants more money, and then we'll talk. But he's not a bad player. That was overly positive. I was genuinely surprised with myself. I feel good about that.
Well,
all right.
Let me just say this, because now I can finally get into my Kyler Murray rant that I wanted to get into last week. So,
sorry for
this man. No, that's okay. This man pisses me off. This man pisses me off to the point where I don't want him on this team anymore. They played the Giants last week, and they must have heard me at the end of the game, because this man, he runs the ball so much, but he has such good wide receivers in his pocket at his arm. He throws it out. A good wide receiver is going to catch it. You have Hopkins, the best wide receiver that's been taking over this league for the last couple years. You have Larry Fitzgerald, who has been dominant and who has been hold on, let me try and speak English, who has been dominant in his wide receiver game for the last long time because he's old and he's still in this dang league. Then you have the new guy in Christian Kirk, who he hasn't been outstanding, but he is still a really good wide receiver. With those 3 wide receivers, you should be able to throw the ball, and you can complete it with every throw you have. Like, I don't know why this man decides to run every single play. Or, I mean, he can hand it off to his really good running backs in Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds, but you have such good wide receivers, and you're not letting them get the ball. Throw it up for a 50-50. Don't try to pad your stats with, let me switch it this way. It doesn't matter how many interceptions you get. You shouldn't be worried about fantasy points. You should be worried about getting the W for your team. And yes, you got it against the Giants, and you've been getting it against teams, lackluster other teams, but come on, you have the best wide receiver core besides the Chiefs, in my opinion. So just give them the ball and let them do the work. That's what they're there for, and that's what you have at your ability. I'm a Panthers fan. I don't have that. I would love to have that. If I had that, my team wouldn't lose. Like, come on. Oh, I'm so annoyed.
You definitely make some fair points there. I agree. I think Kyler's still very young, so hopefully it comes with time that he'll be more aggressive. But yeah, now that you're mentioning it, I can see that he seems maybe a little passive, and a lot of his work came in garbage time when the game was pretty much already over. So, and thank you. But it came. I lost my train of thought. You're right.
I think we currently are missing Dan right now. And, of course, he's the last person to go for this rational rant. So while we wait for him, Richie, if you have one for me, we'll give Dan the last one when he gets back.
All right, so I have 5. It's not only players, there's coaches, and there's a team in here. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I had a team in mind too, but no one picked it, sadly.
So I'm gonna give you
all right.
Also 1 through 5.
All right. Let's see. I'm not gonna pick 3 or 4 because you guys already picked those numbers. So I'm gonna pick number 2.
Number 2. Damn, this one I didn't want you to get. Russell Wilson.
Oh. Russell mother-loving Wilson, huh? Well, I mean, I can go on a similar rant with Russell Wilson at this point because, damn, this man he's been such a dominant force this season. He's played very well at the beginning of the season, but as we all know, his MVP went from sky high to leading the NFL to now it's probably all the way down to the floor. And I feel bad for him, but like I'm about to go on another rant again because this could be my fantasy problem, not anyone else's, but he has really good wide receivers in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. He throws a lot to DK Metcalf, and at the beginning of the season, I was making jokes that maybe Russell Wilson was playing against a guy who had Tyler Lockett on his fantasy team, so he didn't want to pass it to Tyler Lockett a lot, so he can win that game for the week. But as the season went on, it feels like he's been playing Tyler Lockett every damn week. Like, how many leagues is this man in that he doesn't give Tyler Lockett the ball at all? I mean, this man is Tyler Lockett. I've come to switch the topic onto Tyler Lockett now, but Tyler Lockett he's probably the best toe tapper I've seen in a while. He's able to get his feet down from like anywhere, which is absolutely insane. With some of his catches, yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But you got to give him the ball. If you don't give him the ball, he can't make these crazy catches. He can't score you guys points. And, I mean, you've been missing Chris Carson a lot, which hurts your offense. Carlos Hyde, he's been decent, but he hasn't been the grade A level guy like Chris Carson. But, yeah, Russell Wilson needs to get – he's basically Kyler Murray situation right now where he needs to get the playmakers the ball. And he's been in the league for significantly longer than Kyler Murray. So he has the experience, and he knows what he needs to do in order to get the win. He did it against the Jets, which, I mean, isn't hard. But the week before that, as we know, we have our lovely Giants fans here. The Giants beat the Seahawks in an unbelievable upset. So he couldn't get the job done. Maybe it was the fact that the Giants defense was on point that game. But Russell Wilson, lackluster, needs to get his playmakers the ball, just like Kyler Murray. And he can do it with his feet too. But, like, he has playmakers that can help him out. So he doesn't have to do it all on his own.
Yeah, it seems like he almost got the Carson Wentz mentality where he's trying to play hero ball, especially like trying to compensate for a bad defense. His O-line's maybe lackluster. He's like, I gotta do everything by myself. And I think back to the Rams game that they played where he threw 3 interceptions. And I remember there were at least one, I can't remember exactly, but there was one where he just like just threw it up, and pretty much like gave it right to the defense. And he didn't need to do that. He could have scrambled, got the first down, played it safe. But he's a phenomenal quarterback, and every season he starts off so amazing, and we see, oh, Russell Wilson's back, but he does need to calm down and not think it's so much on him and play every play like it's his last. He needs to settle down and just, play, what is it? Like complementary football. Run the ball, play action. Pray that the defense is going to play well, which it has been over the past few weeks. It's playing better, so. And they need to stop playing down to their opponent's level. That's a problem that they have too.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's a Hall of Fame quarterback right now, in my opinion. Like, not first ballot, but he's definitely on it for sure. He's definitely in the Hall of Fame. But I agree with what you guys said. His performance has definitely declined. I mean, the Giants beat him. I'm a Giants fan. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if my team beats you, that's kind of a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to rethink what you're doing because we suck. So you just got to think a little. But he's one of the best in the league. Just step up. He's got to stop chickening out.
Have any 2 cents, Dan, about our lovely Russell Wilson?
Not too much more than what you guys already said. I still think he's really good. I just think I don't know what's wrong with that team, to be honest. They always put him in a bad position, especially this year with that defense, where they are forcing it through him and not playing. Kind of what Pete Carroll said. Pete Carroll wanted to run the ball over these last few weeks, but like in the Giants game, they literally couldn't. And everything kind of has to go through Russ, which is unfortunate for him. But yeah, no, I agree. He's playing some hero ball, and it's definitely declined over the last 4 weeks.
All right, Dan, your final random ranter. Pick a number between 1 and 7 that is not 3 or 4.
We'll go with 1 because I feel like that's got to be a weird one.
Oh, it is.
It was whoever was first on your mind.
Actually, I will say this: I did switch up the numbers. So, your random rant is going to be Young Hoku, the best kicker in the NFL.
What the hell? What do I even say? Okay, so wasn't he cut 2 years ago from the Chargers? Yeah. So he's clearly had a tough come up. He was on the Chargers in 2018. Then I think he popped off in the XFL in 2019, if I'm correct. And then this is the first year back in the league. And since he's on that offense that is so allergic to touchdowns with Julio, they need to kick so many field goals from the 20-yard line. I mean, yeah, it makes sense that he's the top scoring kicker. He's looked good. Every game I watch him, he's confident. Has he missed it all this year yet? No? Holy crap.
So. Yeah, I don't think
that's insane, actually.
He's been very consistent.
Trust me, I got both my fantasy teams. The guys kept me in the game with 20 points. He has not missed a kick. Trust me. Highly doubt it.
I won't go as far to say he's the best kicker yet. I still think that that crown goes to Justin Tucker, but if he can keep playing the way he's playing. See, the problem is I don't like the way he kicks, and I'll explain why. There are different type of kicking, spins. So you can either have a straight down the line kick, and you kick it, the ball can kind of tail to the left or tail to the right. And because of that, AJ, I can hear myself.
Oh, sorry.
And because of that, sometimes your ball will miss, and his ball, I believe, trails to the left, so, or maybe to the right too. I forget which one it is. So I think that could help him, hurt him in the long run, because I know that's probably why he was cut from the Chargers, because his ball just kept missing and maybe going wide on extra points and long field goals. But he seems to have locked down the trajectory, especially because they play in a dome most times. And they play in the NFC South, which Falcons play in a dome, Saints play in a dome, So for at least 8 plus another one, so for at least 9 games a year, you're going to be playing in a dome. So you can pretty much practice where you're going to kick the ball for it to line up and like curve in. So I think he found success, and again, like Dan said, in a good team with struggles in the red zone and scoring touchdowns. So we'll see where he goes, but I mean, if he can keep it up, good for young Hoku.
I will say this. I just pulled up his stats for the 2020 season, and he has missed one field goal. He is 33 for 34 on field goal attempts. He has missed more extra points than field goals. He's 25 for 28 for field goal attempts, which is pretty solid still. I mean, I think he's a really good kicker. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I'm sorry that I gave Dan this topic, but he picked number 1. But yeah, so very good kicker. I think in the next couple of years, because Justin Tucker is bound to disappear off somewhere, and then who's another good kicker? I don't know. He's Justin Tucker, and then the rest of the league.
The legend himself.
Yeah, Blankenship.
Blankenship. Oh yes, he's bound to be a good kicker as well. But yeah, I think those two are bound to take over the kicking league at some point. So yeah. All right. Well, we have gone through our second segment, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, I think do you want to touch up on these Saturday games, or should we just go straight into predictions?
I mean, you and Dan can quickly talk about the Packers, and then I don't know if someone has an opinion about the Bills Broncos. We can talk about that.
Okay. So, as we are recording this on a Friday, tomorrow, Saturday, there'll be 2 games going on. We have, I believe it's the Bills and Denver. Then the Saturday night game, we got Carolina at Green Bay. Obviously, we have 2 Packers fans in here. I will say this. This is another one for the predictions, if you want to have 2 predictions, because I have one for this one. If CMC plays, I think this is going to be a scary game. I'm very terrified to see if CMC plays. I feel like a lot of people are doubting the Panthers just because of the fact that CMC hasn't been playing. So it's so hard to say because they're a different team with CMC. There's not really much else to say. I mean, I still think the Packers are going to pull out the win. It's just that they need to stop the run. And if not this week, they need to stop the run next week. So it's like you got to stop the run at some point. Otherwise, you're done for with 2 top running backs coming in and playing against Green Bay's terrible defense. I'm scared to see what happens.
Is CMC? I thought he was doubtful. Or is he not?
Yeah, he is doubtful right now.
Oh, he's doubtful. Yeah. Okay. So, with or without him, I think that defense is horrid. So I think we will win no matter what. But I think without him, it'll be a lot easier. Mike Davis doesn't scare me at all. He doesn't have any breakaway speed at all. CMC can do damage. But I just think while a running back can do damage against us, I don't think they can keep up with our whole offense. I think our offense is more high-flying than theirs with CMC. And I think our defense is also slightly better. So I think we can easily win that game. I'm not too worried, really.
All right. Outsider perspective, anything about this game?
I agree with Dan.
All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. And with that being said, we don't really have much to touch up on the Buffalo-Denver game, besides the fact that I think it's going to be a slaughterfest for Buffalo. But who knows? Anything's possible in the NFL. Any given Sunday, as everyone likes to say. But with that being said, we move into the grand finale of our podcast in the Week 15 football game predictions. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, starting off with our first Saturday game, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. Now, I forgot to mention this to Jacob in the beginning. So, I will say your name and you're going to be the first one to go. So, Jacob, you'll be first for this one. The second game, Richie will be first. Third game, Dan will be first, and so on like that. So, Jacob, you will be first if you want to talk about this game or just give your prediction. That doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna give a prediction. I say the Bills are gonna win, probably 40-20.
All right. So, we have the man with the great predictions here for once. So, all right, Richie.
I couldn't tell you why, but I really think this could be an upset game. It's at Denver. I don't know. I just feel like it could be. I'm not going to pick it that way. I'm going to say Bills win. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to back it up. I'm going to say Broncos win 28-27. I don't know why I think this is going to be an upset game, but
I think it will be too, but I'm going to take your first instinct and not actually go with it. I'm going to say it's close, but I think it's really low scoring. Not really low scoring, but I think it's 24-21 Bills. I think Denver's defense is actually pretty good. So.
All right. Well, Richie's getting the first bold prediction of the day because I'm taking Buffalo and I'm taking them to win this game. Clearly, I'm taking them 33-16. Next up, we have the Saturday night game. The Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers. And Richie, this one's for you.
I believe this one will be a I can never say this. Clean sweep. Packers win 34-20.
Yeah. I have Packers winning this too. I'm going to say 38-27.
All right. I'm taking Packers as well, and I will give you my two scores just in case CMC does play. So without him, I'm saying we're going to win 36-20 Green Bay, and with him, I'm saying we're going to win 36-30. Jacob.
Packers winning 36-24.
All right. Next up, we have the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And Dan, this is for you.
Oh, I'm muted. So I think that the Colts are definitely a better all-around team. And they're actually playing for playoff hopes here, where Texans are kind of just playing for draft picks at this point. So I think it's pretty easily in Colts' favor. It just depends on how much they win by. I'm going to say, I think they get to 30. I think it's going to be 30-24.
All right. I'm taking the opposite. I would love to see Houston win this game just because of fantasy reasons, but I'm taking Houston just edge it 27-24. Jacob?
I think it's Colts 27-24.
Ooh, all right.
I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to make two predictions here. If Brandon Cooks plays, the Texans will win 24-21. If he does not play, the Colts will win 21-17.
21-17. All right. With Cooks. Beautiful. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Tennessee Titans. And I am also going to play a double prediction here. So, without Matthew Stafford, I have the Titans winning this one 28-16. And with Matthew Stafford, I have the Titans still winning this 28-24. Jacob.
Titans are going to win, I don't know, 30-16.
All right.
Probably going to be a lot of double.
Dan? Oh, sorry, Richie. Sorry. No, I brain farted. All right.
Probably going to be a lot of double predictions for this one. If Stafford doesn't play, give me the Titans 35-10. If he does play, 35-21. Still Tennessee.
All right. Sounds good.
So
Dan?
if Stafford plays, going to say 38-24 Titans. If he doesn't play, going to say 35-17 Titans.
5-17. All right. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And this one's for Jacob.
I think the Bears are going to win, but I think they're going to squeak by. I want to go 20 to 16 Bears.
All right, Richie.
Oh, man, I'm torn for this one because with Foles in, the Bears were atrocious, and they actually had a chance to win against the Vikings last time. But we'll take the Vikings here again, who are on a roll. I'm gonna say they win 27-21. I think they could have beat the Bucks last week, but they won their 5 out of the last 7. So
Yeah, their
All
kicker
right.
really cost that one. Yeah, I'm taking Vikings here for sure. I'm gonna say 27-20.
The under on Richie. I like that. All right, and I'm agreeing with Jacob here. I'm going Chicago just to edge it out. I'm just going a little bit above Jacob's score, and I'm picking Chicago 21-17. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington football team, and this one's for Richie.
I don't think that Seattle will be under evaluating their opponent this week because Washington's kind of like the Giants coming in. So I will say Seattle wins this, not by a crazy amount, but I'll say they win 21 to, let's say 18. 21-18.
All right, Dan.
I think it'll be a lower scoring game for Seattle, but I think they definitely still win this. I'm gonna say 26-17.
All right, I am also on the Seattle side, and I'm taking them 29-23. And Jacob.
Redskins 23-20.
We're canceled again.
Yeah.
This is the second time we canceled us.
Oh yeah.
What did you say the score was, Jacob? Sorry. It's too busy listening
23.
to you cancel us. 23-20. All right. And Jacob gets the bold prediction for this one since he's the only one that picked Washington. Next up, we have New England, the Patriots, taking on the Miami Dolphins in Seth's favorite team. Dan, what do you got?
So, I think this will be tough for the Dolphins, but the problem is they have something to play for, while Patriots don't. So I want to say this should be really close usually. I think it still will be, but I do think Dolphins win it just because they need to win this for playoff spot. So I'm gonna say 24-20 Dolphins.
Well, I have the same exact score, but I think Bill Belichick wants to ruin dreams, so I'm taking New England 24-20. Jacob.
Dolphins 30-27.
30-27.
Oh man, I'm torn because it's a rookie QB again, and we saw what the Patriots did to the last rookie QB they played against. However, this coach is competent and not just a spectator. But I say the Patriots do win this one. I'm gonna say they win 28-20.
You couldn't give me that bold prediction? Oh, thanks, friend.
No.
All right. All right. Next up, the biggest bold prediction we're probably going to have, Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And I believe this is mine. I'm not taking a bold prediction. I was totally kidding. I'm taking Baltimore 36-10. Jacob.
Ravens 40-12.
Hey!
12.
Jacob's favorite score we like to have. We love it,
40-12.
Jacob. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, Ravens are on a roll.
Richie.
Yeah, Ravens are on a roll, and I don't think they're going to be stopped by the Jaguars here. I'm going to take the Ravens 31 to, I don't know, let's say 17.
Dan, there's a bold prediction on the board for you. There you go. It's right there.
Literally gonna say Richie's score. Okay, Richie, fine. 30-17 Ravens.
Oh, wow. You didn't want to go with the bold prediction?
No.
All right. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Jacob, this one's for you.
I think the Falcons are actually going to win this one. But I think they're going by 27-20.
27.
Yo, I
20?
love it. I love
Beautiful.
it. Okay. I'm not gonna be as bold. I'm gonna take the Bucks here against a bad Falcons defense, and I'm gonna say the Bucks win 34-24. That's assuming Julio plays, but I'm not gonna make two predictions.
He's not playing, I don't think.
All right, whatever. I'll keep it.
I wrote down 2 predictions just in case.
I'll do that actually. I'll say if Julio plays, I'll say they win. Even though he's not gonna play, but I'm gonna say they win 27-24. And then if he's out, I'll say Buccaneers win 35-14.
Damn, what a flop, bro. All right. Well, if Julio plays, I'm taking Tampa Bay 30-26. I'm making it a lot closer, yes. But if he doesn't play, I'm taking Tampa Bay 26-17. Next up, we have the 49ers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And this one's for Richie.
Is it me?
Yes. Well, Jacob went last.
Oh.
I mean, maybe I brain farted, but you know what, Richie, you're going.
I can't even find the game. There it is. Yeah. I mean, I could see a Cowboys pulling an upset here. And I'm gonna take them playing the upset here. I'm gonna say Cowboys win 27-26.
All right,
I'm gonna
Dan?
say it's 49ers. I think Mostert's out. I think, or he's I'm not positive actually, but I think it's gonna be just.
I felt questionable, but I'll check really quick for you.
Okay, well, I think. Why am I forgetting his first name? Oh, Jeff Wilson. Is going to get all the carries inside the red zone. He's already been stealing from Mostert in the red zone. I don't know why, but now he's going to get everything. So I think he's going to get like a 100-yard and 3 touchdown game. I feel like there's always that one game a year, or 2 games a year that the 49ers have where their running back just goes nuclear, and I think this is one of them. So I think they win. I'm gonna say 30-17, and he gets like all of it.
Well, he is still Mostert is still questionable. He got more limited reps than Wednesday, apparently. So, but I'm taking the 49ers here. A lot closer of a game and a lot lower scoring of a game. I'm taking them 20-15. And then Jacob.
Niners 30-27. We're gonna make the Cowboys cry at the end. We're gonna kick a field goal at the last 3 seconds of the game, win by 3. Yep, we're gonna make them cry.
All right. Richie gets his second bold prediction of the week. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And this is for Dan.
If this is interesting because they just took down the number 1 seed in the NFC. Cardinals aren't looking too hot, to be honest. They should be the favorite here, but I think Eagles can be a tough team to play when they play like correctly. I'm gonna go with Eagles with the upset here, 27-24.
27-24. I am taking Arizona to edge this out just a little bit. 24-21. Jacob.
Cardinals 30-20.
Cardinals
All right.
27-25.
27-25, which means Dan gets the bold prediction for this week, or this game. Next up, another bold prediction game for you bold prediction lovers out here. We got the New York Jets taking on the LA Rams. This is me. No bold prediction here. Stop thinking that, you guys. But Rams 30-6. Jacob.
40-10. You know what? 40-12. Go 12. I just like that.
There it is. Richie?
Rams 31-10.
Dan, the bold prediction's on the board again, if you want.
It is.
Do it. You want.
Rishi, you said 31-10 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Say 30-14. Jets lose.
Oh. Almost. All right. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New Orleans Saints. And now it is confirmed Drew Brees will play. So I can get rid of that prediction that I had. I had 2 predictions. But this is for Jacob.
Drew Brees playing is not going to mean anything. He's old and broken and sorry. Chiefs are still going to win. I think it's going to be close. Maybe 36-30.
Kamara owners are very happy at the moment. I'm actually going to take Saints here. Yeah, I'm going to take Saints. I think Drew Brees coming back is going to be big for them. Saints win 27-24. I'm gonna say Saints actually overlooked the Eagles last week in preparation for the Chiefs this week, so they'll be extra ready.
You like that theory?
I do.
I don't think Drew Brees. I mean, I think he's old, but I don't think he's. Well, I think he's a big upgrade from Taysom Hill. I think Taysom Hill was trash. I think it's nice that Michael Thomas is going to get some quality passes now. Same with Kamara. Poor Kamara's got nothing. But it is the Chiefs. I don't think anybody currently. I can't really predict anybody to beat them. So I'm gonna say 35-31, Chiefs. Actually 35-30. Just because I don't want to be like sandwiched right in between Jacob.
All right. Well, subtract 5 from both scores, and you got mine. I picked Kansas City 30-25. And that means Richie gets a number 3 bold prediction. 2 more games left. We got the Cleveland Browns taking on the New York Giants. And this one is for Richie.
I swore that I would never pick against the Giants. But Browns win 35-20.
35-20. Dan?
It's like we're at an AA meeting and you're finally admitting to you can't keep picking the Giants. Yeah, it's the Browns here. I'm gonna say I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think the Browns just have the perfect run team right now. I think it's gonna be 30-21.
30-21. Well, you know what they say. A bold prediction is a bold prediction. No one says that, but I'm taking the Giants to edge it out because I like the D-line, and I'm just going to hope that they can somehow stop the strong runners of the Browns. So I'm taking the Giants 20-15. Jacob. Don't shake your head, Dan. I saw that.
I'm going with the Giants. Just because I'm a fan. Giants, I don't know, 20-15. No, you said that, didn't you?
Bro, I just said that.
Let's go 15-10. Yeah.
Richie, why is it this week that you come off the Giants?
Because the way that they handled the Daniel Jones injury was catastrophically horrible. They should have sat him against the Cardinals, taken the L, and because he clearly wasn't ready, and then he injured something else because he was probably favoring the hamstring. So I'm very upset with the coaching staff. I think they're still young. They need to learn and just go through a few battle wounds before they're ready to go to war. So, and because Bradbury and Garrett are now COVID, so.
Well, I think Garrett out is actually a blessing. All the guy calls is curls, flats, and checkdowns. God forbid the guy actually throws a post route. Holy crap. Just, oh my God, it's a pain in the ass. And then, you don't give Gallman the ball. Gallman has the ball the entire game. You win the game. Look what happened with a 4-win streak. But then, he steps out half the game, and guess what? You lose. So, I think this tight end coach who's calling the plays is going to favor Ingram. Ingram's going to have a day and a half. And Gallman's going to have a day and a half. I think Colt McCoy is just going to hand the ball off and give, Evan Ingram some work. That's how that's going to go.
This random tight ends coach, his name is Freddie Kitchens, who is known to be a terrible play caller in the beginning of the season, Yeah, it's a revenge game for him. He's known to be a terrible play caller at the beginning of the season. End of season, he's better because he's learning from his mistakes. Giants get blown out.
I don't know. I just don't like Garrett. Anything but Garrett.
Yo, Freddie Kitchens, I should change my score because now the Giants are going to demolish them now
Plus,
because they know everything inside and out. It's over for the Browns.
Right, Colt McCoy used to play on the Browns. Freddie Kitchens used to coach. We have a guy named Jabal Sheard who used to play on the Browns. Jabril Peppers was on the Browns. Our right guard, Kevin Zeitler, was on the Browns. We all have the Browns team.
I'm changing my score. Giants 26-15.
Okay.
All right. And last game, our Monday night game, a battle for the ages in the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And I forget where we left off, but I'm gonna give it to Dan because I have no idea where we are. All right, Richie. Never mind. Dan just told me to put me in my place.
No, it actually is Dan. I went first with the Giants.
Oh yeah. See, back in your place, Dan. Pick the damn score.
All right. Wait. Fuck. Who was the game? It's the.
Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, yeah. This is. I just have to say, I hate that well, I don't hate it, but I think it's really naive for everyone, like Colin, Pat McAfee, like every talk show, Shannon Sharp, everyone Skip, everyone is just on this bandwagon, and Instagram, everything's on this bandwagon of hate against the Steelers. They think they fucking suck. They think they're a fake team. Like, I'm completely against that. I think the Steelers are still the second best team in the NFC or the AFC. I know they just lost the Bills, but I think come playoff time, they have way more experience than anybody there, including the Chiefs. And I just think that their defense is by far the best, and I think their offense could be a really high-powered offense if they just click a little bit more. They've been dealing without James Conner for a while, and they've had some weird COVID issues, and they've kind of gotten fucked around with their schedule. The NFL does not take any pity on them. So I think when it comes to playoff time, I think they're going to be like the toughest team to face besides the Chiefs. So, anyways, I got that out of my system. I think since he sucks, I think Steelers win this 27-13.
7-13. Well, I will say, I don't know if they're the second best team, but I do agree that they have the most playoff experience. So I think they will do well in the playoffs. So, but I'm gonna take Pittsburgh as well, just a little bit under, and I'm gonna take them 25-13. Jacob.
I think the Bengals are actually going to win. I think the Bengals are going to win 20-15. Yep.
All right. And
You're
Richie.
looking at Instagram too much.
Nope. I didn't look. I didn't even know this game was actually happening, to be completely honest with you. But my friend texted me from school. He was like, hey, Steelers are going to win. I'm like, no, just to be a jerk. I told him no. So I'm sticking to it.
I was gonna pick.
Make
Bengals.
sure you tell them to pick up the podcast.
Oh yeah.
No way, Richie.
I was gonna pick Bengals just to be funny because I have a big lead on AJ now. But now that Jacob did it, I don't have to be the funny guy. I don't have to be the funny guy. A little rub in there. So I'm gonna take Steelers 30-10.
I hope after you. I hope now that you said that, I really hope that you just get one game right this week.
Wait a minute. I'm the only one that picked the Bengals, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the bold prediction.
40-12.
Oh my god.
If I'm the only one,
40-12. All right. And yeah, there we have it. We have.
Oh, we don't have it though. Wait a minute. Alex Smith isn't playing. It's Dwayne Haskins.
Oh.
Oh.
Washington.
So.
Oh. Does anyone want to change their score for that game?
I'm trying to find who the fuck to play. Who the fuck is Washington playing? I can't find
Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
Seattle.
That's big. I might change my score.
Terry might have a day.
Seattle's going to win 27-20. Nah, 27-12.
No, Jacob's getting rid of the Washington pick and saying 27-12.
Sorry, defense doesn't win every game. It only wins some.
I'm going to say 27-24 now. Seattle.
27-24.
Fuck, now I'm torn about Terry, dude. Terry might go off.
24. I'm gonna change mine to 29-16. Richie, would you like to change or keep it the same?
Keep it the same.
Wait, so how's this
Alright.
guy gonna win the comeback player of the year if he's still on the injured list?
This guy, bro. This.
Never finished being injured yet.
Oh
The guy had
my god.
surgeries. The guy's
What?
not. He shouldn't be playing anymore.
That's why he's
Bro,
comeback player of the
dude,
year.
he-
He shouldn't be playing anymore.
He didn't come back well enough.
Maybe Drew Brees fracturing 11
Yeah.
ribs.
Oh man. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got our week 15 predictions in the books. Oh man. And before we move on to our last thing, I will say our scores for our updated scoreboard looks like this. NA is now 5th place as usual with 25 picks. Dan is now in 4th place still with 31 picks. Right behind Jacob, who is at 35 picks. Then
Yep.
I'm in 2nd place with 52 picks. And Richie is in 1st place with a 64 picks.
Richie, I'm coming for you.
If you say so. But now, to move in of our final thing, we have our Super Bowl predictions. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Didn't change very much. I still think it's Titans Rams.
And your Super Bowl winner is?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. He does. He has a tie Super Bowl.
No, I'm just kidding. It's the Rams.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to have my same prediction as well, and have it be the State Farm Bowl, Chiefs versus Packers, Rodgers Rate versus Patrick Price, and the Rodgers Rate is going to come out on top.
Damn, but if Rodgers wins MVP, that's not going to happen, though.
Well, hey, screw it off, maybe.
Wait, did you say Roger? We win, AJ?
Yeah, Rodgers Rate, Green Bay.
I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna change my pick yet, even though they just lost to the Eagles. I think with Drew coming back, this is what I've been waiting for. I know they take a loss without him. I'm saying it's Saints Chiefs, and Chiefs do win it. This is like 6 weeks in a row now. I'm keeping it.
Jacob, you have a Super Bowl prediction?
Honestly, no, I haven't thought about it. If I have to think off the top of my head, I have to say Chiefs for the AFC. I don't even know anyone for the NFC, to be completely honest with you. I feel like the Packers are going to get there, but they may be a little shaky in the end. But I do feel like they're going to get to the championship game.
And choke it again for the
I don't know
umpteenth
if they're
time.
going to go with it. I think they might get... You know what? Throw the Packers in the Super Bowl for me.
And who do you have winning that game?
They'll probably change, but just for now.
Who
Go ahead.
do you have winning that game if that was yours?
Who do I have winning? The Chiefs.
All right.
Their
And,
offense is paralleled, and their defense just needs to stop one drive, and then you just kind of won the game.
So one
All
last
right.
thing, AJ, you and I are in the finals for the nice guys finished last league.
oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, it's me, Richie, and Adam's group chat from like junior or sophomore year.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what the heck that means all season, and I was like, what is this?
But yeah, what do you guys think of the final here? What's the prediction? Currently, he got a 30 bomb from Waller. He's had one player play. I had a 28 pointer from Herbert. I don't know if you guys have glanced
Well, I
at
don't think Jake can really see the teams because I think he's in this league. But Richie can give a pointer out for this one,
I'm sorry, AJ. Dan's team has just been
or not.
too good the whole year.
No, that's understandable.
But if we want to talk about the other league, we have another two.
Yeah.
Me and AJ are in the final.
Another
Wait a
league.
minute.
What?
Wait, are you in the finals?
Yeah, I'm in the final for that league too.
Wait, did I read it wrong? Oh, I think I just read it by seed then. I thought it was Herms and Coop. Whatever.
No,
Oh.
they both
Yeah.
lost. Me and Richie.
I think
finals.
for Rich and AJ, for that one, I think it's going to come down to your defense and your kickers, and then possibly your tight ends, depending on how each team goes that week. But the rest of your other guys, they're kind of even.
Yeah, if you go off that, it's Noah Fant, Rams defense, and Carlson versus Robert Tunyon, Kansas City's D. I might change that actually, and Jason Myers,
Well,
Seattle's kicker.
Yeah, I say it's down to those three. But the rest of them, all wideouts, running backs, QBs, they seem even to me.
Wow. AJ, I cannot believe how far your team came from draft night. It's actually insane.
You
Yeah.
picked up James Robinson, and that's solidifies.
And Robbie
right
Anderson
there.
turned out to be good. Like I remember when AJ beat me week 1, I'm pretty sure, because Robbie Anderson dropped like a 25-pointer. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen? And now he's just a good player.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I had Robbie Anderson being a huge sleeper, and I even told Richie this, and he's been paying off ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 2 massive pickups of James Robinson and Robert Tunyon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty huge. And Ayuk is better than expected, way better than expected. And Debo's out this week, so like everything's kind of coming together for you.
Yeah, legit.
Oh my god, I thought
mean,
it said you said Derrick Henry, dude. I was like, wait a minute, what? But it's Hunter Henry.
Yeah. No, I don't have Derrick Henry in this league.
Well, how does it feel that you've repeatedly tried playing Hunter Henry, and he only goes off when you don't play?
Bro, you know, I thought he was my guy, and now he just absolutely just screws me like that. But I'm hoping Tunyon does great against Carolina, so that's all I can hope at this point.
Yeah.
And he's been pretty consistent, so, I mean, I have faith in that.
That's a good matchup. All right.
But, yeah, so fantasy finals, and, yeah. Anything else we want to add before we end off the podcast, guys?
Nope.
All right. Then with that being said, thank you everyone so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Remember, leave a like. Make sure to comment if you have anything you would like us to talk about for the next episode. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.
Yep.